at the merch stand eating Doritos. What's going on?
Jackson Drake?
Does Cooper even know how to run the audio board? This whole show's falling apart. I'm going to have to take over again here.
You do like doing that.
I have no choice. Jackson Drake's here, great young talent.
Superstar.
He should be treated with much more respect than whatever Cooper's doing over there.
Actually, I think Cooper has his girlfriend running music.
Chloe? I like her on it.
Now we're talking. Yeah, that's good people. Crowd still excited, shock about the win by Paul Walter Hauser before intermission.
Now, Shawn Legacy's come awful close to becoming TWE champion. He's come awful close to becoming one half of the Action Wrestling Tag Team champions with Cody Fluffman. Now at WWE ID Talent, we got a battle of WWE ID talents here.
ID'd up.
Jackson Drake, great talented upstart in his own right.
Oh,
Shawn
yeah.
Legacy, already a globally traveled talent, who's a kind of a veteran here in action at this stage.
Yes.
So you got to give Shawn the advantage from that perspective, but kind of a wild night. These children were unbelievably rude during intermission.
Love to hear it.
I don't love to hear it.
Noonan, Georgia, always lively when Action Wrestling is in the building.
Children are just...
I believe what Fluffman's off making that banana money right now.
Yeah. I don't blame him. I would have left Legacy too. All kidding aside, Shawn Legacy, great talent. Like I said, Buff and Fluff came so close to winning the Action Wrestling Tag Team Championships on a couple different occasions, Mo. A lot of people felt like they got robbed. But
it really felt like they were going to be maybe the action team if they could just get over that hump, get those titles. Going to maybe put a reign together, but here we are.
Them's the breaks. Them's the breaks.
Them's are the breaks.
We got a few more for you here tonight. This one, like I said, two WWE ID talents here tonight. We got big time tag team match coming up after that, and then we got the Action World Champion Tim Bosby, Bobby Flacco. Why? I don't even know why Flacco's got a title match, but I'm going to break some news
I have an idea.
on the microphone before that match about a little deal I managed to wrangle and cut, because frankly it's absurd Bob's even got that match. But we'll talk to the people about that, Mose. You can reiterate it for me on the headsets if the usually inept audio work here at Action Wrestling doesn't pick it up.
Okay.
I'm in a foul mood after intermission, let me tell you. My root beers are gone, but I'm actually really excited for this match, though. I am. And I think this is a pickle. I give Legacy the slight advantage because he's Action Wrestling tested. But I don't think it's an overwhelming advantage.
Drake has been very active in the Southeast scene, especially the last few years. Before he got the ID call, you really started seeing it pop up a lot in the Northeast as well. Talent very well traveled, and one that will, of course, make it his own kind of fight. Legacy taking his sweet time to get to the ring, crowd going crazy, really feeling it. Drake seemed annoyed now, goes to the outside, kind of doing his own thing, Dylan. So that tells you, again, like you reiterate, we'll pick him.
Set your tempo, set the rhythm. Drake, the taller competitor. Both these guys extremely powerful, though. And also both of them very, very quick, dynamic, unique skill sets. Both men. Legacy, really kind of one of those, like, next level athletes. Will surprise you with how quick he can get to his athleticism, as you see there, Mose.
Very strong, but has that speed with it.
Yeah, they get that extra gear.
Jackson's always had that extra gear, had that speed, that flying ability known for. You've seen the size put on, and just getting a little bit older. He's another young vet, very young in real life. But Jackson Drake's in wrestling I feel like I've known him for like 10 years. Ooh, powerhouse.
Been at it for a long time for sure. Nice execution there from Legacy. Drake talking to him from the pass.
It's back and forth verbally. Love that. Speed going. Drake, I don't think he expected that. Definitely didn't expect that double stomp back up. Oh, Legacy.
Just a quick explosion. That's a true combination there. No time for Jackson Drake to even try to make an adjustment, Mose.
Legacy loads up, and that is, he said it's good. It was. That'd have been good for maybe 50. Woo. As you pointed out, Dylan, the athleticism, standing. He does it all. He does it all.
He really does. Very multifaceted guy. But you can say the same thing about Jackson Drake. He's been on the defense. Oh, now look at that. That's smart wrestling right there. The space was there, and he used it to his advantage.
Deceptively long legs at Jackson Drake. Powerhouse.
Great snap there on that power slam. Floats back to a cover.
Still one. Yeah, man. Nice answer for each other. As you pointed out, if this were a March Madness, I mean, these are two seeds very close to each other, very, very talented and just very hungry. I think that's a different aspect too. As many miles they've each put on, they still want it. And Jackson Drake.
Slam, nice. Double tap there.
Burly boy.
Definitely feels like this is going to be one of these matches where whoever can execute the tightest combination and take advantage quickest is going to find a way to get the dude. Look.
That is a
smart.
I mean, very crazy choke, I was about to say, because he got the angle of the rope and his own hand, arm, wrist, like all of that. He got everything he could out of that to Jackson Drake, and Legacy can't catch his breath. He's still fighting. Woo, big strikes. Drake with a reversal, though. And now a cover out of Jackson. Just a two. Just a two. And each really, because of being so close to each other and being around each other, the ID stuff and that whole process, that each have probably seen a lot of each other,
right.
Dylan.
Definitely been in the mix with each other before, not the first time. Also, maybe not a title on the line in this match, but with that sort of looming WWE ID sphere, championships in the future, if you will, you definitely don't want to take this out. I mean, you never want to take it out, but you really don't want to in that context, as Drake now really got that apply, trying to take with a breath of Legacy.
Using those limbs again, everything you can get out of it at Drake, but Legacy just so much fight. Some distance between the two. Standing Spanish fly out of absolutely nowhere. And both bit down. I mean, it's a haymaker landed.
Oh, he's feeling it. You can see this crowd starting to will Legacy back into this thing. Definitely, he's one of these guys that feeds off that energy, Mose.
Big block and a bigger right. Another. Legacy feeling it. The desperation meeting the opportunity right now. Punctuated there, the huge kick. Combo. Drake got in mind. Well, eating the back of that elbow.
Oh, he got him hooked.
Put a lot into that. Legacy. Ooh.
You wonder, I understand, you wonder if he could have reached over and hooked that leg right after the impact. I think, honestly, the energy expended on the application of the hold too much. Kind of had a rebound effect there. That 1 second, though, is the difference between this match ending and it's still going on. Drake, though, he's in a bad position.
Like he was out on his feet. Now he's on Legacy's shoulder. Go to the ice.
My beeper went off. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I did. Don't worry. I saw it. Clear took advantage. Legacy, though, still there. May not be able to see, though. Blurred vision. He connected. Oh, and he's not done, Dylan.
Second time's a charm.
Oh, Shawn Legacy.
That's a wrap.
All gas, no brakes at the end there when it mattered the most. We're kind of talking about it a couple times, but the haymakers landed by both, the big reversals. I mean, huge moments throughout that, but Shawn Legacy with the unholy combo there.
Rafael Quintero.
Introducing first, total combined weight, 439 pounds, the Cajun Kid, Shane Boucher, and the Black Diamond, Ace Perry.
Has had his issues, of course, like we said, with Rafael Quintero, confiding in Shane Boucher, the Cajun sensation. Obviously a mixed bag of results for him in his AAW career, but the Black Diamond, Ace Perry, is looking to take him under his wing, looking to transition him into becoming a winner at heart, a winner in mentality. But they have a formidable task ahead of them here tonight, Kevin Kellum.
You have to have a certain type of attitude if you're wearing a half shirt and you need it. Also, was he wearing my grandmother's purse as a mask?
And their opponents, total combined weight, 520 pounds, Rafael Quintero and Uncle T, Solomon Tupu.
Rafael Quintero and Solomon Tupu, two athletes that gained a newfound respect for each other back at that Jim Lina Memorial Ladder match just last month.
Maybe one of the best ladder matches we've ever had here.
The greatest 9-minute car crash in AAW history. Of course, won by Robert Anthony by virtue of that later on tonight, challenging Joe Alonzo for that Heritage Championship. But 3 other men that were involved in that match are involved in this match here tonight. Well, 4 if you count Boucher sticking his nose in everybody else's business. But Uncle T.
Hey, give me some of that money! Come on! Sorry, I was trying to.
Hey, I had the Bears in a parlay on Thursday. I understand. I need all the money that I can get. But here tonight, the Windy City Classic. The action is going to be hot. The action's going to be heavy. We have championship matches signed, grud matches signed. Of course, we know our main event of the evening, Beef defending that AAW championship against the King of Bros, Matt Riddle.
We have a WWE ID prospect.
Not a WWE ID, not the WWE ID prospect, the WWE ID problem.
Yes.
Aaron Roberts.
Aaron Roberts in action, not just too far away from here. Also, the AAW Heavyweight Championship match, the match of Beef's career. He'll take on former WrestleMania superstar in Riddle. That'll be our main event later on tonight.
As the bell has been rang, we urge the fans watching on High Spots TV, use that hashtag AAW Classic. Follow along with the action. And these two men, we saw them compete against one another in singles action just a few months ago. We actually gave that match away to our fans as a treat on our X at AAW Pro. You can go back and relive that match. Of course, also on High Spots TV as well. But Quintero picking up the victory on that night. And the Black Diamond has been a thorn in his side ever since. Obviously, him and Shane Boucher jumping in the parking lot, laying the boots on him. But Quintero found some backup. He found an Uncle T, a sweet Uncle T, if you will.
Of course, Uncle T spread out money like he won the parlay in the Bears.
Boucher takes him off of his feet with a shoulder tackle.
Boucher doesn't know. He has no idea. He has no idea what's going to happen to him right now.
Yeah, soak it in, kid. Enjoy your time, because you're... Scoop and a slam. Uncle T puts him down.
Son of a B. The bigger guy got in. I turned around.
Come on, really? As Tupu and Quintero, back body drop and a hip toss. Tag team combination between these two men.
Take out the laundry.
And it seems like they have some adulation for one another. As the diamond in the rough, busting out a couple reps. What's he got in mind here?
Maybe Uncle T should body slam him.
You know, in traditionalist history, that's usually how it goes.
I don't think I can get Uncle T up without a fork.
Oh, and T with ease. Picking up Quintero, slamming him on top of Boucher. And now Quintero going for a quick cover. Count of 2, says referee Dan Perch. Isn't it great to see Perch back in an AAW ring?
Absolutely. He knows how to count. I think that's critically important for our referees if they know how to count.
Inside out senton there from Quintero. Very impressive, very innovative, and he grabs control of the wrist. Every single time you see Quintero in a ring, he gets better. He gets more refined. He gains more confidence.
At the same time, you know, he has that daredevil aspect of any luchador. You can absolutely see it in the
Oh, and up and over, and Ace Perry holding on to him. Coming to the aid of Boucher. And now the Black Diamond. 2 boots to the boosh, followed by 2 by Boucher.
Ooh, making you pay a toll like you're on I-65 here.
Got a flurry of drop kicks there from the Black Diamond. And now Tupu eats one for his troubles.
Perry's got a chip on his shoulder. This guy's been in the mix for a while. He's been an AEW Tag Team Champion before. But I think now with Boucher, he has something a little bit more to prove.
You know, and it was something that he said specifically that kind of struck a chord with me. He said Hammerstone didn't listen. Hammerstone was the problem. Ace Perry wasn't the problem. Revisionist history, you go back and watch how all that went down. I think it was more so Hammerstone winning the AEW Tag Team Championships.
And
Ace Perry
was just there.
being there along for the ride.
Yeah.
But you know, I can't discredit him as a performer. You know, he does step up when the time comes. As he goes for a quick cover now.
And any tag team combination that Ace has been in, he is the Oats and the other person is the Hall. You know what I mean?
Front Chancery now as he grabs him, whips him into the corner. Boucher now the legal man. Double team back elbow puts Quintero down, and now Boucher going for a quick cover, lateral press. Only gets a count of 2. You know, we have tag team action going on right now. We have tag team action later on tonight. Damian Chambers and Crash Jackson making a long-anticipated AAW return. And in their first night, I don't know whether to congratulate them on getting the championship match or to say, you guys got your work cut out for them. They got a couple hellhounds.
I have a question for you. Where are my dogs at? That's right. Arsenio Hall is not here. The hellhounds are.
Oh! Waistlock, go behind, into the German, followed with a savate kick. Ace Perry, a combination of offense, paying dividends, but Quintero, the veteran wherewithal, rolling to the outside of the ring as Ace Perry directs some traffic.
If I'm Tupu, you got to break this up. They're really isolating your man on the other side of the ring.
Oh, God, what do they have in mind here? Boucher directing some traffic, maneuvering around some furniture. And it seems as if it's a mental game more than anything. Quintero thrown back into the ring.
Of course, teasing the fans. Something big's going to happen. No, I'm going to throw him back in the ring. Oh, good for you.
We know later on tonight the Swag Champ himself riding a huge wave of momentum, going to be in action. We know Stallion Rogers, who's been on a fantastic winning streak since coming back to AAW. He's in action later on tonight.
Stallion Rogers, I think one of the few wrestlers who can hurt you by just simply looking at you.
As Quintero able to make the tag, in comes Uncle T. Tupu the legal man. Headbutt puts Perry down, catches Boucher in midair. Oh, and catches him with a potato on the way in.
Boucher is getting tossed around here hard. Tupu,
for
a man his size, moves like a cat.
You don't want to give Tupu the opportunity to throw a headbutt, because if he does, he's going to knock you on your ass. And he just did that to Boucher. Up and over goes Boucher. Uranagi out of the corner, spikes and puts him down.
A millennial Bam Bam Bigelow out here.
Oh, nobody home. Tupu, though, able to land on his feet. And now, hoists up. Falcon Arrow puts him down. Hooks the leg, 2. Tupu did the deal, but not able to capitalize. Boucher able to roll that shoulder off the mat.
Solid crowd here. Berwyn Eagles Club. Once again, get your tickets, aawpro.com.
Keep your eyes on the Black Diamond!
Oh.
Diamond cutter out of nowhere. Puts him down. Takes off the half shirt, and now Perry means business. Spinning back elbow by Quintero. Imploding back body drop there. Quintero spikes him. Ducks the clothesline. Oh, Boucher catches him. Been watching them Carolina Caveman tapes.
I don't know who caught it worse.
Oh, just like that, Boucher. High cross off the second rope. Tupu with a cover. Only gets a count of 2.
More fortitude there at Boucher than I was expecting. A little bit more depth from the boy from Louisiana there.
Bayou born and bred is Shane Boucher, but Tupu and Quintero in firm control of this contest.
Love the
Quintero.
chemistry between them.
Quintero up on the shoulders. What the hell's he had in mind here? Oh! Boucher throws a boot, catches him, and keep your eyes on Perry! Diamond cutter! Out of the electric chair. Good God!
Smart move by Quintero. Get out of the ring. Get some distance.
Both men rolling to the outside. Tope Suicidas in stereo, and now make it 2 times in a row. Quintero and Tupu in a bad, bad way. Tope cone hellos. Buy a front row ticket. Take home a Cajun sensation. And now the Black Diamond looking to capitalize.
Oh, look at that. Something rare. He's Perry, caring for another human being.
You know, he has Boucher watching his back, and I think they know that there's strength in numbers. You have Quintero down on the floor, incapacitated, not a part of this contest. Now we can isolate the big man.
And, of course, he took that big, giant diamond cutter off his tag team partner's shoulders a little bit ago, so he's still reeling from that.
11, 12 feet in the air. That's a long way to go down. Your eyes on Boucher. We use that double stomp. And a senton atomico from Perry. Boucher and Perry upset Bruin here. No! Quintero in the break it up at the absolute last ditch second, Kevin Kellum.
And, of course, you can see Berwyn's feeling this one. What an opening contest. Normally you see a double pin there. Tag team really think they have it. They're just trying to square off the pinfall there. It's a formality. This is an informal disruption. This is a tag team match. I'm telling you, whoever walks out of this could be a tag team contender in the future right now.
Absolutely. Spots are at a premium. The doors are wide open. The floodgates are wide open here in AAW. And only in AAW you're going to see action like this. Quintero and Boucher throwing some heavy lumber at one another. Double arm drag, but not the end result that Boucher and Perry were hoping for. Keep your eyes. The diamond in the rough. Tornillo off the top, taking both men out. Oh, and Uncle T.
No.
Uncle
No
T
way.
calling for it. Calling Boucher back into the ring. Hoisted onto the shoulders. Burning hammer puts him down. Tupu with the pin. Tupu with the dub.
Big win. Big win. Love the chemistry between both these guys. Not a
10
fan.
minutes. Seconds. El Quintaro and Uncle T. Solomon Tupu.
Tupu and Quintaro. Love this. You can see the fans eating these guys up. Something special with these two. They took a lot.
whatever you say about this boy, he's got plenty of talent, he's got plenty of support. The people here in Portsmouth, whenever he comes here, they seem to love him. Andy Corden seems to love him. And this is the man I love, our champion.
Introducing his opponent. Sabre Jr.
How insulting. We have our British heavyweight champion in Zack Sabre Jr., veteran of the wrestling rings, receiving not even half of the welcome Will Osprey did. That man's proud of his championship, proud of its lineage, proud of himself, as he should be. Will Osprey comes out in thick as two short planks.
Well, I thought you'd be here complaining that Zack Sabre Jr. is not putting the British Heavyweight Championship on the line, Andy. I thought that
Why? What has Will Osprey done to warrant that?
Well, we saw how close Will Osprey came to becoming the undisputed British Heavyweight Champion when he went one-on-one with Katsuyori Shibata earlier this year.
We have not seen Will Osprey. We have not seen Will Osprey in Revolution Pro Wrestling for a long time.
He was at the British J Cup, Andy.
Yeah, which was last month. That's a good 6 weeks ago. Zack Sabre Jr. on the other hand, he's been defending that championship belt. He's been carrying that championship belt on his travels throughout the world. Do you think for a second Will Osprey will hold that championship belt in as much pride as Zack Sabre Jr.
Absolutely.
has done?
Will Osprey takes a great deal of pride in carrying the flag for Revolution Pro Wrestling, and I think that he'd make a great undisputed British Heavyweight Champion. But if he's going to get there, he's going to need to get past Zack Sabre Jr. And something I will say, Andy, is last time that Will Osprey and Zack Sabre Jr. collided with one another, and if you haven't seen that match, I'd advise you check it out. It was live at the Cockpit last year, and this is the first time they've tangled with each other in 2017, I'll add. But that was where Will Osprey made the decision to concentrate on the cruiserweight division, the junior heavyweight division, and that's when he recaptured the undisputed British Cruiserweight Championship when he defeated the bruiserweight Pete Dunne.
Why didn't he stay there? He's going to get outclassed. He's a great aerial artist, Andy. He's a great technician. But nobody is a greater technician as the technical wizard, Zack Sabre Jr.
And I'm not arguing that fact. There's nothing wrong with Zack Sabre Jr. He is one of the best. He is perhaps the best wrestler in the world right now. And I think I said after his contest against Chris Brooks at the Summer Sizzler that Zack Sabre Jr. may well be the absolute best in the world right now. You saw his showing in the G1 Climax. This man tapped out Hiroshi Tanahashi, one of the best wrestlers of all time, on night one. Zack Sabre Jr. is a real deal, and now he's aligned himself with Suzuki Gun. He's found that killer instinct. He got a taste of it when he wrestled Jeff Cobb last year at Uprising. And right now,
this mentorship from Suzuki, you say? This is what's turned Zack into the person he is now? I think he's fed up with opponents like Will Osprey. People like Marty Scurll get far more plaudits, far more applause upon entrance than what Zack Sabre Jr. receives anymore. He was overtaken, probably, by likes of Marty Scurll.
I don't think he was overtaken in terms of in the ring, maybe in terms of popularity. Zack Sabre Jr. has always been a boots and laces wrestler. And that's not always popular, it's not always a popular style, but Zack Sabre Jr. is an artist in the ring.
And if you know what they say, if you can't join them, beat them.
And something I'll say right now is Will Ospreay's faring a lot better. But last time he wrestled Zack Sabre Jr. and Zack Sabre Jr. tried to rush him, but Will Ospreay was a step ahead, but Sabre Jr. puts on the brakes. Side headlock applied by the technical wizard.
Well, that's Zack Sabre Jr. He's like, he has, you know, his body doesn't suggest strong.
And look at that, he just took his leg from midair.
That's my point I was going to make. He's an incredible technical wizard. His body doesn't tell us he's strong, but trust me, he is. To catch a man in midair with such precision.
Oh, look at Will Ospreay floats out of that attempt. That bow and arrow attempt from Zack Sabre Jr., Will Osprey floated out of it. He evaded the penalty kick and connects with a drop kick. Will Osprey's done his homework. Will Osprey's prepared. Will Osprey's ready. Zack Sabre Jr. moves out the way, and Will Osprey will not be forced into making an error. Andy, tonight could be the Aerial Assassin's night to make a statement.
It won't be that much of a night, will it? Because he will not and he cannot leave with a British Heavyweight Championship. Not to put a damper on your fire, young man, but Will Osprey, he can only get one fluke victory that really won't actually mean a great deal in the long run.
It will mean an absolutely great deal in the long run. That'll put him straight to the head of the queue when it comes to contendership for that undisputed British Heavyweight Championship. And if Will Osprey can beat Zack Sabre Jr. once, I'm telling you he's going to be able to beat him a second time.
And what about Rob the Gobbler? Where does he stand in the Heavyweight Championship ranking?
He stops cheating.
He beat the man who was the longest reigning champion in Rev Pro history.
With a low blow behind the referee's back.
Says you.
And we know Will Osprey likes to feed off the crowd. And we know Zack Sabre Jr. likes to try and shut the crowd down with a methodical pace. And now it's Will Osprey who's the aggressor. This contest in complete contrast to their last match against each other. And I'm not sure if you can remember that match, Andy, but that was a contest where Will Osprey was almost one step behind Zack Sabre Jr. the whole time. Every single counter that Will Osprey found, Zack Sabre Jr. had another counter for.
Well, Will Osprey's been spending a lot of time in Japan. He's been spending a lot of time touring the world. He's going to learn. He would have certainly learned plenty more techniques and skills and moves and everything. Maybe, just maybe, to give him half a chance for your benefit, maybe he might be able to pull this out tonight. He might be out of his depth.
Oh, look at that! Oh, he went for that handspring against the ropes, trying to get the leverage against the ropes to hit that back elbow or maybe that flipping kick. But Zack Sabre Jr. saw it coming and kicks that arm from underneath Will Osprey. And there's the killer instinct that we've been talking about from Zack Sabre Jr., Andy.
That's the one that you let that line out of that cage. It's going to be all Zack Sabre Jr. from here. Look at that, so much.
And look at the way he stands on the hand, stands on the arm, digs the elbow into the neck area of Will Osprey. And Zack Sabre Jr. is a human torture device. And once again, pulling the arm back, rolls him over, pinning position here. Can only get a 2 count, but this is chain wrestling, Andy. Zack Sabre Jr. hanging onto that arm of Will Osprey, not letting go, not relenting the whole time. And listen to those screams from Will Osprey.
I wanted to point that out, because you know me, Andy. Nothing better than a good scream.
Perversely smiling there as Will Osprey, I guess you're about to say he found the coward's way out, aren't you?
Well, he did, didn't he? You will say it was tactical. I will say cowards.
I would say it's perhaps the only way out, because when Zack Sabre Jr. puts you in a hold, there may well be no way to get out of it. And we saw... What are you going to say?
There's always a way out, Andy.
Yeah.
Tap out.
Or you can try and be tactical about it. You can try and get yourself to those ropes. You can try and stay in this contest. Why try and risk permanent injury? And what I'll say is someone else who had a great showing for themselves at the Summer Sizzler was Chris Brooks, who I'm sure will be watching this contest. He wants another shot at Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. spent the whole build-up to their fight, and it was a fight. He spent the whole build-up saying that he would find a counter, a reversal to that wacky submission Chris Brooks locked on and tapped him out with at the London cockpit. And Zack Sabre Jr.'s only escape was the ropes. But right now, Zack Sabre Jr. finds an escape for that moonsault of Will Osprey. And Will Osprey again finds a way out by reaching the bottom rope. So much more measured than his last contest with Zack Sabre Jr. And Andy, what I'll also say is this contest is in a bigger ring than his last contest. So it's almost going to be harder to reach those bottom ropes. This contest in an 18-foot ring. The contest at the London cockpit take place in a 16-foot ring.
That's a good point, Andy. That's a good point, especially when Will Osprey, sadly, seems to use that bottom rope more than he probably should.
He's staying post. Before at the cockpit,
rope,
we saw
rope.
him try to counter. We tried to see him out-wrestle.
Did you hear that, Andy? He's not going to out-wrestle. No one can out-wrestle the technical wizard. He just twisted Will Osprey's arm, almost snapped it in two.
And Will Osprey rolls to the outside of the ring. Will Osprey is in absolute agony right now. He's writhing in pain on the outside of a ring, and Zack Sabre Jr. is pacing back and forth. I'm not sure if you can really see the look on Zack Sabre Jr.'s face, but he's like a caged animal pacing back and forth. And Will Osprey, it may not be in your best interest to get back in the ring, as he gets clocked with a huge European uppercut. Oh, Will Osprey is trying to stay in this fight, and he's trying to take Zack Sabre Jr.'s best shot. It's not always the best move to walk in to a man's shots, and look at Zack Sabre Jr. almost encouraging Will Osprey to strike him with his best. He's firing up Zack Sabre Jr., and Sabre connects. Sends him into the ropes, no hands! He never used that injured arm, and he used a no handspring to connect with that revolving kick, and Sabre Jr. is out. And that, when you're as special as Will Osprey, you can create moments like that. You seem to be lost for words, Andy.
You keep going on and on and on and on, Andy. All we seem to do is bicker this evening. We started off on a high, we seem to get on quite well. Stuff like that. Zack Sabre Jr., I'm sure, by the looks of it, Zack Sabre Jr. is playing it the Andy Boy Simmons way and luring them into a full sense of security.
You seem flustered. I wonder if you put a bet on Zack Sabre Jr. at the start of the night.
What, like you did McGregor?
Because right now, Will Osprey in control of this contest, and there's some serious hang time. Will Osprey is feeling it. How good is Will Osprey? Oh, can only get a 2 count. And you notice Will Osprey, when he hit that, whatever type of move it was, that crazy flip, he landed a lot lower on Zack Sabre Jr.'s torso to stay away from the arms. Zack Sabre Jr. likes to use those long limbs to grab at you and try and lock in an armbar. And Will Osprey wisely transitioned there and hits him with a springboard forearm. Our champion, Andy, is rocking.
And you seem almost pleased about it. You're almost salivating in the thought of Zack Sabre Jr. losing today.
He's signaling for it. He's signaling for the Rainmaker. He sends me in the corner, and Zack Sabre Jr. catches him with a guillotine, Andy. He's got it cranked in the middle of the ring.
This is why Zack is so dangerous. This was the point I was making. He's luring Will in. He's making Will use
But look at his strength. Hang on a minute. Look at his strength from... How on earth did Zack Sabre Jr. just transition around the body and back to the front? My good Lord Almighty!
He's going to pop both those shoulders.
If he's not careful, Will Ospreay's he needs to verbally submit here. If he wants to live to fight another day, but what strength and determination from Will Ospreay. A victory here means so much for him. He connects with a big suplex. There's a way to get a reversal. There's a way to counter. There's a way to find a way out, Andy.
First men to their feet, Andy. I'm banking it now. First man to their feet. They're going to pick up the victory.
And that first man could well and truly be the aerial assassin. Will Osprey is truly a special human being, a special professional wrestler. He's dug deep. He's learned his lessons from his first contest with Sabre. And now he's outstriking the striker. Big kick to the chest. Will Osprey just measuring Zack Sabre Jr. And Zack sits up. He's saying, give me more. And again, Will Osprey kicks. And again, Zack Sabre Jr. This time he gets to his feet. And maybe he's not outstriking the striker. Oh my goodness! Enziguri! Will Osprey just ran up Sabre's body. And he connects with the head. And for a second time, square to the skull of Sabre Jr. No, not third time. And there's a penalty kick from Zack Sabre Jr. He's a champion for a reason, Andy. Champions dig deep. Now both men are down. This contest hangs in the balance. And as I said, champions dig deep. And that's exactly what Zack Sabre Jr. did there. He weathered the storm from Will Osprey.
Now Zack Sabre Jr. is on his feet, Andy. He looks like a man who, considering the scenario, is fairly composed. Will Osprey looks like he's bloody 50 miles away. He doesn't know where he is.
It's not over yet. If I've learned one thing, it's not to write off Will Osprey. But if I've learned another thing, is you don't want to be in a vulnerable situation with a sadistic Zack Sabre Jr. with a mentality that he's ready to kill. Zack Sabre Jr. stoically stalking Will Osprey, and Will Osprey hits him with his best forearm, and it's almost like Zack Sabre Jr. wanted him to hit him. It's almost psychological warfare here as well.
Really, deep down, if wrestlers were smarter now, they wouldn't ask an opponent to ever hit them, because as we know,
and look at this from Will Osprey.
That's what you get.
Sabre. Sabre's so confident with his ability to strike, but Will Osprey comes out on top with the high kick. But watch out, because here goes Sabre, changing the angles on Osprey, and he's got that octopus hold. And this is the start of the combination of submissions that put away the phenomenal AJ Styles, Andy, that won him his first British Heavyweight Championship.
I was there, Andy. I remember it very
well. And look
well.
at that, and look at the way Zack Sabre Jr.'s arms are behind his back, his hands linked, and he's forcing Will Osprey down to the canvas, pushing all his body weight down onto the broken body of Osprey. And Sabre, he doesn't stop twisting and contorting the limbs. Osprey getting all the life sucked out of his body. He tries to reach for the ropes, and now fortuitously falls in to those ropes.
Luckily, luck was on that boy's side tonight, Andy.
Was it luck, or was it favouring positioning?
It was luck, I guarantee you. If that man had fallen backwards, game over for Will Osprey.
Will Osprey, he knew he had to move towards the rope. He was pushing the body forwards, and that's what caused him to tumble towards the ropes.
It could still be game over for Will Osprey, Andy.
Maybe, but the fact remains he's still in this contest. This is Suzuki Gun versus Chaos. This is the British Heavyweight Champion against a man who wants to become the #1 contender. This is Osprey versus Sabre, and Will Osprey sits out. There's the separation he needed, but quick to close the distance with the cover, and Zack Sabre Jr. kicks out.
Zack Sabre Jr., I think he might be hurting a little bit more that he's been letting on the last few minutes.
And finally, you admit it. The damage that Will Osprey has done to Zack Sabre Jr. as he's going for that Rainmaker for a second time. He swings, and again he misses. Zack Sabre Jr. rolls through the midsection. Oh, he's got him trapped. Oh, Sabre's so close. But Osprey still somehow manages to kick out. Sabre charges. Osprey sends him in the corner. It looks like Will Osprey gonna have a cheeky Nando's. And Sabre Jr. sprawled against a middle rope. In all kinds of trouble, Andy. Our undisputed British Heavyweight Champion in perhaps the most vulnerable position he's been in since capturing that gold. And now, Zack, you're in Will Osprey's territory. Will Osprey, this could be your moment. Oh, but Sabre puts on the brakes, and he's got him in a rear naked choke. He's got him in a choke on the ropes, but he's in the ropes. He needs to break here. He needs to break, and he breaks before the 5 count. But the damage, Sabre Jr. waited to 4 3/4. The damage may well and truly already be done as he grabs Osprey by the hair. Osprey fights out. Oh my goodness. Will Osprey with eyes in the back of his head and agility to match. Oh, he went for the Oz cutter, but Sabre Jr. had it scouted, and he catches him with the armbar. He's not got it properly though. Look at Will Osprey's hands. His hands are locked.
If anyone knows how to break those hands, Andy, it is Zack
He's
Sabre
broken
Jr.
them now, but he's not quite got the full extension yet. Will Osprey once again rolls, gets those hands together, and again Zack Sabre Jr. working away at the hands, the knuckles of Osprey. Osprey rolls into his man. Oh, and he rolls into a guillotine. Sorry, he rolls into, it's a Luma Plata, isn't it, Andy?
A Luma Plata, absolutely, Andy.
I learned that one from The Undertaker. And now watch this, Sabre Jr. He's working away.
He's gonna
with a series of elbows.
This is gonna pass out.
Well, he could, and that's what happened to Chris Brooks. The arm drops twice, and if it drops a third time, Andy, this one's over. The oxygen sucked away. Oh! No, Will Osprey's still in the contest. Will Osprey fighting it out. Sabre Jr. got to be careful of the shoulders. How on earth? Look at the extension on the arm. Sabre Jr. clinging with everything he's got through to his feet. And once again applies that octopus hold.
Continually one step ahead.
I've said it once before, and I know Will Osprey catches him with a Rainmaker. He didn't get it all, Andy, but look at this. Will Osprey, he's kept that connection with Sabre. He's got a hold of the wrist of Zack Sabre Jr. And there's a lesson from Okada there, the leader of Chaos. And Will Osprey, once again, oh, he hits him with a Rainmaker. And, Sabre kicks out, but Will Osprey is undeterred, Andy. He's undeterred. Oz Cutter! Will Osprey just picks up a victory over the British heavyweight champion.
Beat him, Andy.
Here is your winner, the Aerial Assassin, Will Osprey.
Will Osprey!
In what must be considered a serious upset.
You can call it an upset all you want, but Will Osprey has just picked up a huge victory over the undisputed British heavyweight champion. And look at Osprey.
You can put that down.
That's symbolic, Andy. Look at what this means. He hoists the championship belt over his shoulder, and Andy, it looks good, if I don't mind saying so myself. Will Osprey, if he can repeat this one more time, he could be the British heavyweight champion. Will Osprey surely must be considered the #1 contender. He's made a statement here, live in Portsmouth tonight. Zack Sabre Jr. can't quite believe it.